This place is otherworldly.
You know, I'm a fan of big, loud things, and I like to go fast.
Okay guys, so we jumped back to Milan, Italy. We're at the EICMA show, and we talked a little bit with Edgar about the paint color on the R18, and well, I think we got a big reveal for you, so this is it. Why don't you grab the camera, bring it in, and Edgar can give us a little tidbit.
What do we got?
Yeah, what's coming?
Okay, what I can say is, I mean, we are very convinced that for the production bike, first of all, you want to have a very typical BMW approach.
Sure.
That means the bike, the production bike, the first one will definitely be very BMW typical, and it will somehow resemble this color scheme, I would say, not to put it more. And yeah, maybe in the future there is also other options. You know, there is more than black and red color out there.
All right, so there you go. In the future, there might be some other color options.
Potentially.
Potentially. Hey guys, we're back. Episode 5. We're in suburban New York, Long-Island to be exact. We're in some crazy dude's backyard named Питер Неттесхайм. And when I say crazy, I mean like crazy good. Peter is an ally and a partner with the Motorrad team. He has been collecting bikes for over 42 years, and it's crazy to see the collection that this guy has amassed. Let me just make myself at home here. Where do we start? Peter picked us up in style in his limousine, and there's a whole story kind of about where we are, what we're doing, and I think you guys are in for a treat. So I'm excited for everybody.
How we doing, you?
Hey.
Police officer.
Always respect the police officer.
Everybody loves you when you drive this car. It's just like,
You've been here your whole life, Peter?
well, I've lived on Long Island my whole life,
Okay.
Tommy. I here in this house since 1986. All right, we made it.
Nice.
Cool.
All right, here we go.
Okay.
Okay.
What? What?
We're at the Nettesheim Museum. Walking into Peter's museum / house was next level incredible. It's an experience to say the least. And so the camera guy just ran into a mailbox. It's pretty funny. You okay, Timmy?
I'm okay.
Okay, back on track. This is your den.
This is my den. Hey, doesn't everybody live like this?
Peter, this is insane.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Is this like a Bavarian shop?
Yeah, well, I wanted to create this. Of course, in the window here is the R32.
Right when I started to feel good about my garage. So you just have collected things over the years.
Yes, every year I try to make a point to travel to Germany, and there's a couple of shows that are going on there, and at these shows you find a lot of the things that are very much of interest to me.
Hey,
Yeah.
we've met before,
Yeah, we were
right?
at Barber, yeah.
Yeah, good to see you again. Thanks so much for coming by.
I was just telling
Yeah.
your dad.
You know,
Hello.
Good to see you.
Thanks for coming.
It's always good
You get a
to
hug?
be here.
So yeah, I was just getting some things ready. I'm going for a ride a little bit later, so.
We didn't bring
I
our
mean,
bikes.
I'd love for you to come.
Yeah, we got plenty of bikes here. We got we have 40 bikes. You want to go for a ride? We'll go for a ride.
All right, so enjoy, and then
All
I'll
right.
see you guys.
See you
I
later.
guess in a little
Yeah.
bit.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Very good.
Okay.
See you later.
Let's go.
Okay.
What the hell, man? This place.
It's a little nutty, I
This
know.
place is. You have a second story up here too?
No, there's 3 stories.
Oh, there's. Oh,
I'm
sorry. Excuse me. 3 stories.
There's a full basement too. Yeah, we'll have to get you down there.
I see something familiar here.
Yeah, this is something that just happened to be dropped off. I don't know what the purpose of it was, but Yeah, well, you know as much of this as I do, that's for sure. So
It looks right at home.
it is. I mean, from any angle.
Yeah.
You look here, you see the
it
62.
really does.
You here, you see the R61. So here's something again special, and this one we'll take out today and we'll run. This is 1926, so this is a very late R32.
We're gonna take this out.
Yeah, we'll take it out. You want to hear? I'll tell you what. You can ride it. You want to ride it?
Oh God. I don't think my
But it works, right? It works.
It runs. It goes.
If I want you to start it now, you could do it.
Do you want me to try?
Yes,
All right,
please.
let's give it a try. Even I get lucky.
So I'm not easily impressed, but this place is otherworldly. It's really amazing. This is very something special. Roland is just lit up like a Christmas tree. Let's go see what they're talking about now.
So I want to make a little stop here and show you this bike. This is something very special. This is BMW's very first race model.
Okay. Sorry, what year was this?
This is 1925.
So I mean, they've been around for what, two years, 3 years?
2 years.
And they're already thinking about, hey,
Yes,
racing.
right. Well, no.
How can we go faster?
They were around 1 month and they were already thinking about racing. Okay, so it only took 2 years for them to develop the technology to get to where they needed to be in racing.
I've seen there's a lot of moving parts within these walls. You know, I've seen the barn again.
Yes.
I didn't see a ton of extra garage space.
No.
But if you can make room,
I can make room.
you can always make room, right? Are you going to park the R18 in the
Oh
garage?
yes, you know, I told Roland a long time ago, especially after I really sensed that what I was interested in, what I was, you know, what I thought the thing should look like, or that in fact that this is something that is in fact coming together. I made it clear that I wanted the first one. Of course, the problem is the first one they keep for themselves, and the first ones are really prototypes.
Fred just one-upped you on that
Yeah,
one.
Fred. Unfortunately, he still has
still
a
has some
priority
pull,
over
yeah.
me. I
He
don't
still has
know,
some pull.
We have to work on that.
You've chased your passion.
Yes.
You've turned it into a tangible, enjoyable experience.
Yes.
What's that like for you? Like, what kind of advice could you give, you know, myself, you know, our viewers watching, you know, to be able to achieve something like this?
Well, achieving this obviously takes a variety of things. Yes, this is all about a passion. Development of passion, whatever that passion might be for, to me is extremely important.
So here, R100 RT. We have a R11, which is early on, 1929. Here is BMW, a little single cylinder. Now remember, BMW, some more racing bikes, R68, a very desirable post-war BMW.
I love the high pipe on this one.
Yes,
Like one of the first scramblers at all.
Yeah. Just looking at the heat shield and stuff on it reminds me very much of one. Thanks for sitting down with me today, Kate.
Yeah.
It's a pleasure.
Please, it's a pleasure to have you.
Welcome to my interviewing process.
Yeah, awesome.
This is always
Cool.
really fun for me, having a room full of people staring at you. So I have to ask you, like, getting to walk around this room with your father and Roland, what was it like growing up? I'm sure that's what everybody is wanting to know. Like,
Yeah, it's almost like, where do you start with that question?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like a constant circus in a way.
That's a good way of putting
It's
it,
just
yeah.
a revolving door of
Yeah.
madness a lot of the time. But
Yeah.
I mean, you know, I grew up riding bikes since I was about 13 years old. I learned on a bike before I did a car.
yeah. So I own a retail space called Butterscotch. And, you know, I very much saw how important it was to have a female or, you know, woman element within my space.
Sure.
You know, speaking to a fellow, you know, lady rider, how important do you think it is, you know, the female market is to riding? I know it's a growing market, you know,
Sure.
but what's your opinion, or, you know, kind of being in this industry?
Yeah, I mean, I think there's just so much opportunity, and I think it's about exposure too. You know, I think that a lot of women need to be okay with not maybe knowing everything
Sure.
as they go into
Yeah.
something new. You know, it's about the learning
Yeah.
aspect of it, and really falling in love. I mean, if you think about it, it takes time, it takes work. This is going to continue to grow.
So we got to meet briefly at Barber.
Correct.
You know, it's when you guys were kind enough to invite us here, you know, to this space.
Of course.
You know, that was the first time for you getting to see the R18 concept bike.
Yeah, I mean,
What do you think? You know, now actually getting to see it, you know, a little bit more in depth here in person, inside of this special place, you know, with the rest of the history here. Like, what do you think of that bike?
I mean, I think it's just such a great representation of like this style based on the past, you know, the history of BMW and everything. And for me, you know, I'm a bit younger than my dad, obviously. I grew up in a little bit of a different time. And for me, this is very exciting because I think this speaks more to like our generation and some of the like a little older generations as well. So this is super, super exciting for me. And you know, I'm a fan of big, loud things, and I like to go fast. And whereas my dad is, you know, a little bit slow and steady, wins the race.
Slow and steady.
So this is really exciting for me, and I think it's just, you know, very, very different than a lot of the other projects that have gone on.
I'm sure you've seen some things come and go through this place with your dad.
Sure, yeah, absolutely. And I think that it's just really a beautiful machine.
Not a bad looking bunch here, that's for sure.
Yeah, don't see this too often.
No, right? Is this front wheel bigger?
Yes, well, this is the later bikes from the 60s. They were 18-inch, and this is a 19-inch wheel. What are we doing with this, Roland?
Oh, this is a concept bike, you know. This is like a custom bike. So this has a 21-inch wheel, front wheel, and an 18-inch rear wheel. So, I mean, the architecture has to be right, that you can get it done.
Doesn't change the
without
rides,
changing the whole front end and the rear stuff. So this is something we're thinking about.
The ride. You know, now we're talking about bikes. When Peter and Kate invited us out on that ride, everybody knows that feeling when you just get to go on a ride and it's, you know, you get to kind of check out for a little bit and just enjoy the moment. That's what that was. All these different decades of bikes together on the road, and you know, that was just something really, really special. I don't even have any words. This is awesome. Getting to ride the sunset in the 1951. We got a 1931 over there. 58, like. That's just that's it. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about.